Oh my gosh, finally. I don't know why on Wednesday it was pitch black on my live stream, which is odd because the camera was able to take my thumbnail and I was able to see that, okay, there's no problem. But when I went live, it was pitch black. I don't understand what was going on. And then my internet was fine. YouTube was supposedly fine. And then I ended up restarting. Well, I unplugged the webcam first, didn't work. I restarted the computer, still didn't work. I also tried it the next day, yesterday, didn't work. So I asked the editor, what should I do? He's like, oh, if it doesn't work on your computer again today, you can try my computer. I was like, I don't want to go there. Plus, he has some weird way of turning on his computer, and I'm not sure how to do that. So thankfully, it worked this time around. As you can see, I was in a rage fit of painting. I think that's how I cope. Maybe, I'm not sure. So as you can see, I already started on a few cards. Originally, I was going to resume my requests, but I wanted to start on the older ones first. But due to the stupid mishap of my monitor or something was not working. I don't know if it was my camera's fault because it seemed fine. I checked. Something was not allowing me to go on live stream, or maybe I was doing too much and YouTube didn't like that. I don't know. But for the time being, it's back now, and let's hope it stays that way from now on. I don't know. So I resumed painting some anime fan art and game fan art, as well as something from Rilakuma, or rather, what's her face? Ko-Rilakuma and Koguma-chan. And they had like this peach thing going on. I thought was really cute, so I'm just putting that on my cards. And then we have Talim, as well as Kamui from Kamui no Ken, otherwise known as, well, I knew it as Dagger of Kamui, but it was also known as Blade of Kamui. I'm not sure which is which, but I have it, and there it is, and it turned out pretty well. I still have to paint the dagger, and I'm kind of pooped. And out of desperation, I even started trying to make a legit video. I tried a multitude of times since Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I included a friend's picture. He does like figurine, what is it? Figurine photo shoots, which I think are pretty cool. Sorry, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I bought some of his stuff. Yes. So yeah, I wasn't sure, and I just wanted to confirm whether or not it was okay to do the fan art for one of his figurine photos. Of course, I was going to put like where credit is accounts tied to that, which was, I think, Instagram. Yes. And so while I waited, I was like, well, I'm not even sure I'm going to post this. It was not that good looking yet. It was still in the pencil and ink transition, I guess. It's not totally done. But once he does confirm the okay, I will resume painting that. No, I'm still looking right there. It's still, yeah, pencil and ink combined. I was like halfway there, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should ask him first. Sorry. And then, oh my gosh, Wednesday was driving me insane. I was pissed off that this was happening, and I could not figure out why. I'm not very smart with computers. I can admit that, okay? It's okay to admit such things. And so I'm not sure why this is even working now. I would like to know. Does anyone know? Feel free to leave me a comment. Otherwise, I don't know. But it's working now, so let's enjoy it. Let's not question why it's working. Let's just enjoy it while we can. So anyway, hope your guys' week was much better than mine. Yeah, I delayed Wednesdays. Is it me? Because I delayed Wednesday's live stream before important phone calls. Sorry if I'm talking weird. It's just I was frazzled since Wednesday. I'm just glad everything worked out finally, some way, somehow. and the phone calls worked out. There were a lot of them, but they worked out, let's just say. And so I was able to, I was still running late, like it was like maybe past 12-ish, but like maybe like 12:05. So I was like, okay, I gotta write in the description and all that other stuff. And then I did the thumbnail. It looked like this, and then pitch black. Oh my God. I was like, what? What happened? I think the audio was working, but then the camera was not. I could not figure out for the death of me. So I tried it all over again. I tried to create another live stream, pitch black. Then I also did the second time I unplugged the webcam. Third time I restarted my computer, still pitch black. So I was quite fed up, and it was almost time to pick up my kid, that I started making videos. I found out a feature. I just found out super late because that's what I do now. And so the features show that I can make video recordings just like this. So in case something like that happens where my live stream hates my guts and does not want to function, I may resort to making legit videos like this, like the usual live stream format. However, I will not make it over an hour. I feel like that's a bit too much. And I do know that a lot of us, maybe not all, but a good chunk of us have short attention spans. I know I do. So I would, the smallest amount of time I had was maybe 17 minutes. That's a lot of cutback compared to my usual 50 minutes to an hour. It will be mostly between 10 to 20 minutes if I were to do a standard video from what I've been doing in my takes. So just letting you know in case BS happens. Yeah, I need some kind of fail-safe in case something stupid like that happens again. And I was avoiding making videos like the plague. And while doing the video editing once more, yep, I still hate it. I hate it. I was complaining almost every take I did. And I felt bad because I don't want to dump all that onto you guys. And yet I'm doing the same thing right now, but I'm just explaining, I guess, context. So yeah, now I'm back, and I was going to resume my original plan for Wednesday was to resume making the request things that I have. I have 3. The only other thing was I was not in a good mood, and I don't want to feel forced when I make these things. So here I am. Making my own stuff yet again, but I just wanted to finish the line arts. I'm not sure with her skin tone. I know there was like more of a yellowish complexion on the lighting, so I might try to fix that before I make this an actual reel or video. Actually, I will show you in a bit how I do my reels / forwarded reels into shorts, and it's not that hard, thankfully. I try to cut corners as much as I can, and not in terms of quality. I mean in terms of video editing. And if it's the bare minimum in video editing, I will love it to death and take advantage of it, okay? In terms of my art stuff, on the other hand, it really depends. The card art, I can get away with a lot of things just because, like I mentioned, the small surface area, the slight chunkiness of the acrylic paint dried, and you're using these pens. Man, I busted a whole bunch of these pens, unfortunately. But I also use slightly generic brands, so I don't feel as bad. Which is odd because I use these microns on this. Try your best not to do that, especially this one, the 005 ones, because if you're not careful, they get busted. Anyway, what is this one? I think this is, I don't know what brand this was, but it's been pretty decent. On arrival, maybe like 2 or 4 of the pens came in dried, but then they started working eventually. So, but I got a whole bunch, so it's not like almost all of them were dried. I would be a lot more pissed. Fun fact, I forgot if I mentioned one of my live streams. There was one package that arrived. I was getting more Posca acrylic paint pens, and it was the thin kind. Do I have one on here on hand? Do I? No, of course not. Why would I? Why would I get the things that I need on here? I just saw it there the other day. What the heck? Oh, yeah. So, I have 4. Oh, shoot. Okay. So I was getting more of these, right? Like it was the one I had. I'm not sure if it was the same one, but it was a pack of 6. And then I got it on Amazon. It arrived kind of fast. I opened the package. Only one showed up in the box. I wish I was joking. I was like, who's playing this sick joke? And I looked inside the bag. Maybe it fell out. Maybe they were careless and just jostled around inside the bag and it just fell out of the original packaging. No, single pen in a box. Are you shitting me? So I went to return the product and yeah, I got my refund, thankfully. I have been making more than one refund on Amazon lately. I don't know what are they doing over there? If you have a tiff with your warehouse or people in charge of said warehouse, take it to them, take it to HR or some other. Don't take it out on the customers who gave you money. Oh my God, it was so weird. I mean, thankfully they solved the case and they're more than willing to accept returns. And I do have an accessible place to drop off the returns. It's just like, why do I have to do this? This was like maybe the 3rd or 4th time this year that I had to do an Amazon return. Before that, I never did. I never did them before until recently. I don't know what's going on with their quality control, but they need to cut that shit out. Anyway, maybe they thought it was fucking funny to do that stuff. Like, don't freaking do that to people who give you money. That's really, really rude. Anyway, I should do a review on those. Even though I had a return, maybe I should just set it to 3. I don't know, because I was like, I'm gonna actually use these pens. Dang it! Sorry for that rant. Oh my God! See, now after a while, it starts to not get as active and I have to write it on regular paper before I continue. So yeah, I chose Talam because she's one of the rare Filipino characters in a video game. It turns out there's more than one, which I thought was kind of cool. I am aware of the one in Tekken. I forgot which number. I lost count, but there is a Filipino character. And they do have a male Filipino character, but most of the time they either hide his face or he's wearing like a space suit. And I was like, or he's kind of old. I saw one, I forgot the name, but he was like 35. He's younger than me. He's 35 and he looks older than me. I was like, oh my God, what are they trying to say about middle-aged people, especially men? What is that? So I don't know. But I thought it was kind of interesting that there are more Filipino characters for once, which is great. However, I noticed they don't have a lot of men as characters. I mean, there are, but they're like very few. You have to I have to go on these weird blogs about them, not really, and I don't really play them. I haven't played video games in a long while. I think the last time I played seriously was maybe 2018. Oh my God, that was a long time ago. I might have played, I don't think phones count. I'm trying to remember the last time. Oh, geez, the clear time I remember playing an actual video game was 2018. Jeez. As you can tell, I'm not that much of a gamer anymore. Even when I was playing video games, I was not that big on video games in general. I was mostly playing like RPGs and fighter games. And then that's basically it. What was that one game, Until Dawn? I didn't like that one. It just felt more like a movie rather than a game. And there was a lot of celebrity faces on there. I didn't like that. I was like, I don't need to see them. They're already making money. Why are they on here? But that's just my little tiff with the gaming industry where they have to throw in celebrity faces on there. Unless they're funny ones, I don't mind funny ones. But the ones that are like, I don't need to see you there. Oh gosh, now here's the problem. I have to make sure this pen keeps working, because the longer I do this on the paint, it starts to get messed up. So every so often I have to scribble on some scrap paper to make sure it's still working. Otherwise, I have to opt out for another pen. Yeah, this is kind of the annoying part of this process. But for the most part, it's not too bad. Unless you don't want lines, and hey, that's great. Or if you're better than me and can do acrylic paint pen or actual paint as the lines, go on ahead. I envy you. I applaud you and still envy you. But yes, for me, this is what works for the time being, and I will live with it. Hope your guys' week ended well. It's finally Friday. And what am I doing today? I think I have to go to the bank and I have to buy dinner early. I buy it super early, like right before I pick up my kid, just because it's going home time and people leave early on Fridays, I've noticed. So I try to go pick up dinner around 2 p.m. or no, between 2 to 2:30 p.m. I will go and get dinner into the bank and all that boring errand stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's better that way. Because sometimes I still go there early, and the place I go to, they are helping out with party platters. And so I would be running late because the people with party platters get priority. So I was like, oh, shoot. But I haven't been in an instance where I was seriously like minutes upon minutes late to pick up my kid. So it's not too bad. Oh my gosh. Did I screw up a little bit? Oh, I have this thing here. Sorry, it's like a notification on my screen. It's blocking my time. It's a bit nicer today, so there might be some birds chirping. I don't mind. I don't know why this weather is weird. Like a few days ago, it was like cold and windy again. I had to break out my winter clothes still, and it's already getting into summer. It's like late spring, kind of. So, yeah, I don't know. This weather, stop it. Be normal. Why are you like this? Where can I file a complaint? Okay, so anyway, anything else going on? I'm trying to think. I've been watching these little videos about cartoons, either about King of the Hill or Daria. And some people are trying to talk about wanting to get a reboot of Daria. I think there was like some kind of parody of the Daria comeback, and they had like Aubrey Plaza. Is that her name? Aubrey. I don't know her name, but she was as Daria, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's perfect." I don't think so. I think she tries too hard. It looks like a costume party rather than an actual person who is Daria. I don't know. I am super picky about such things when it comes to stuff. I like, if you're gonna play the part, make sure you do a damn good job. And it just seems like a costume to her. Because what they put on her and her voice seems kind of forced. I know she's a good actress, don't get me wrong. It's just, well, it's a parody of a comeback series, not a real thing. So they did not take it as seriously. But it was just okay. But that's just my tiny tiff. Don't worry about that. Other than that, she was okay. It's just when they had that example of a return of the series Daria, I was like, do we really need that? Like having the teenagers all glued to their phones, and Daria is like not like the other girls and just remains on her PC or some dumb stuff, like the updated version of Not Like the Other Girls. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, I'm just like, if I want to relive the time of the 90s or watching Daria, I would just watch the old stuff because it's fine. And then with King of the Hill, they were trying to, I guess, try to demonize what's her face, Nancy, what that wife. I forgot that. I haven't watched King of the Hill in a long time, so my brain is like tired. But yeah, they were trying to make her like, yeah, she is a bad person. I know. It's just they were trying to like kick a dead horse when it's down, sort of thing. Maybe like we gotta hammer it home that she is like the epitome of all evil. And I was like, well, yeah, the episode that they wanted to talk about in particular, where she becomes like a bigger news reporter in a bigger city, they did not pick the right episode, or the people who wrote her or trying to write her as the like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. And it was just way too fast, and it should, because I think they were just trying to, it's like what, 28 minutes or so of a TV series. And so it's not easy to try to make someone climb her way to the top in a short amount of time. Then she enjoys the good life, and then she does something stupid to make her fall back down to where she belongs, supposedly. And I was like, yeah, that's a bit too rushed. But I don't know. She's still a shitty person. At the same time, yeah, I feel like people try to humanize fictional characters, and it's I don't know. I just kept it like a boundary between real and this is a cartoon / movie / TV show / I try to keep things separate and not get too invested, or you know, you take things too far. Especially, oh my god, I just remembered, I think I brought it up, like, if you believe in celebrity, or like you love celebrities so much, and then they start talking to you in text messaging, like say they send you a Snapchat, or they send you an Instagram friend request, and they start talking to you like how, oh, I just want to talk to my fans, and you're like my number one fan, and I'm Johnny Depp, and oh, I just remembered. I had something similar to that. Okay, I have a story. So, I forgot how. I think I liked like a Harrison Ford meme or something, or a picture, and I don't care for Harrison Ford, mind you. My husband likes Harrison Ford. He likes the Indiana Jones movies, and I kind of like, okay, yeah, I see the appeal. And so I think I saw one on a whim on Instagram, and I liked it. And then maybe sometime later, I get a friend request or a message from Harrison Ford. I wasn't reading the name clearly, so I'll get back to that in a bit. So he was saying, hey, I thank you for liking my picture. I hope you're, blah, 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 blah. He was just having some like greetings and pleasantries. And yeah, I was like, oh, thank you for talking. I was kind of shocked, like, oh, you're talking to me. Thank you. My husband likes your music. Oh, that's so great. Well, by the way, I'm Harrison Ford. And I was like, oh, okay, nice. Then I was like, wait a minute. Why would a celebrity talk to me? And so I looked at the name of this guy's account, and they spelled Harrison Ford with like 3 R's. And if they can't spell their own name, that's already a red flag. So I think he tried to add me, and then I denied the request somehow. And then I think he tried to add me again, but it was some guy from Turkey. I was like, yeah, and this was like like a few seconds after I denied his request to be my friend, because I also checked online briefly, like there are scams of people posing as celebrities, and I was like, oh, okay. And if they spell their names wrong, or it's kind of a weird sounding name, and they have like 1 or 2 posts and a whole bunch of followers or some other, that it's like, okay, don't bother. So I that's why I denied his request. And then shortly after I denied, he sent me another request, and it's some guy from Turkey. And I was like, okay, so that's the guy. And I think I blocked him and got rid of him. Like, what the hell? So I think while that is my rare encounter with a scammer trying to pose as a celebrity, while I do have my wits about me and such things, because I am quite pessimistic about myself. Like, why would a celebrity talk to me? What do I have that other people do not? And what do you want? So I always have this kind of shifty, suspicious manner when new people talk to me from the internet like that. And that, of course, there's a case by case basis, but in that situation, I would have my guard up. All right. Especially if they say they're a celebrity that either myself, which is rare, I don't care for celebrities, mind you, or someone in my family likes. All right. And I have nothing to do with this kind of crap. But then you hear stories about people believing they're talking to the Johnny Depp. They're talking to Ariana Grande. They're talking to some famous rapper. I don't know the rappers nowadays. They all sound weird and the same to me. So, and they ask, oh, I'm a celebrity, but it's hard being a celebrity. I need like $50,000 to help support my baby mamas. Can you help me? I don't have, they have money. Why are they asking you? Go to your financial planner and see where you screwed up. Why are you going to complete random strangers asking for money? I don't know why some of these people who get scammed, they don't go like, I don't even know you that long. They don't even know these people that long, like maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, okay, we are friends now. Where can can you give me money in gift card form? And they give it to them. Like, what? I just find that so mind-boggling to just accept that this is a celebrity. They took the time to talk to me, and they want money because they fell on hard times. Like, they're not on hard times. Even if they are, that's on them. That's not your responsibility, okay? You're not their mother. You're not their father. You go tell them, go ask your mom and dad if they're still alive. Go ask whatever friends you have. You clearly have a bunch of friends and stuff. You can ask them for money. Why are you asking a nobody like me? I don't know why people don't think like that. Like, it's not, real life does not work out like a freaking rom-com movie, I don't know why people think like that. It's so weird. Anyway, that's my rare run-in with a scammer. Or sometimes I would get requests from random supposed like entrepreneur companies. And it's nothing big. It's not like something business related. It's more like, oh, we noticed you have an interesting gallery of some animals, and we would think you're a great fit to be like an ambassador for our brand of pets. And we can send you some samples. Just let us know and accept a friend request, and we can discuss some deal. And I was like, I have no pets. All my pets are dead, okay? I know internet does not like the word that involve not having any more life in your body, but they're dead, okay? What else do you want me to say? And so I just delete the requests, because sometimes they come back and like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to engage any further and give them hope that I will, or even if I said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have pets anymore, they're still going to bother me and figure some way out to scurry their way into my good graces to have them help them out. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm good. Okay. All right, so I will finish this. Oh, this took 28 minutes. Okay, so I will finish the rest of this later in real time when I'm not talking to you. I will take a lot longer to finish all the details. Plus, I want to fix the lighting. It's still bothering me. It's a bit too... I know the original complexion has a bit more yellowish tinge to the brown, so I will try to figure out the color for that. Otherwise, it's near completion, which I am happy for. I just want to show what I can do so far. And then this one, I will do in a bit. This one, I have to do the dagger, and I kind of don't want to. Maybe I'll just make the colors up because I'm kind of tired today. I will show how I do reel. Okay, why not? So for starters, I need a clean background, and this is not very clean. But sometimes, because it's Loopy Fridays and you don't have to give as much of a crap, I will wait. Where is that? Where's the one I was going to do? Oh, you. So I did this a while ago, and originally I think there's more dark patches like shadowing. What? Oh, sorry. My editor's going home early. Give me a second. Okay, so usually I would have a clean enough background area, surface, what have you, to make the recording. Let me wipe down this area actually. Well, I try what I can, but for some reason this does not want to. So I'm trying to see if I could buy another silicone mat so I don't have to worry too much about it. I should have done this earlier, but I was excited that this freaking camera was working. And now it's deciding to not work. Come on, wake up, wake up. Let's work together, please. And it's like, no, let's embarrass you live. What else do I need to embarrass me? Please don't. I don't want an answer. Okay, it's deciding to be a big smelly butt. Okay, so we have that. What are you doing? Help. Send help. Okay, all right. Thank you, sir or ma'am. Okay. All right, so right now I have to figure out what to do for the intro, and I kind of don't know. But then I remembered, oh, I can just do the whole 2-card thing. I could do the one I've been doing before. Camera, stop pissing me off. Where I show this, but this is kind of ugly. And thankfully, I always have spare cards. I have a buttload of cards. Like I mentioned, I am the slave to cards. So I can set it like this, right? And then I need to set record. I always use my phone. Will I show it at this angle? Okay. So So I have to set it to where you can see that it's clear enough, like there's no stuff in the background. And I record. I just do some stupid movement and wait for my phone to focus. My God, what is with cameras pissing me off this whole freaking week? And then, okay. The good thing is I can edit this out in Reels. So I find it all right. A few more seconds. And there's a stain. Then close in. Then stop. And get rid of those. Ugh. I hate you. And then, this is just one way. I have other I don't know why I said other ways to do this. And then I have to make sure it's like not annoying. Okay, so here's good. So after positioning, record again. Then take it out. Show it off a bit. I do have the option of just leaving it by itself, and I can decide later on whether or not I just leave that as is with just my hand there, or I just have it by itself like this. Usually people like it with nothing on. That is also my preference too, so I don't mind that either. And then the rest, I just take a picture. You don't always have to use videos for Reels. And I got away with that a lot after I found out from some artists who were complaining, like, I don't want to make a reel, blah. And so they just make photos and are super passive aggressive about it. I don't like doing it like that. It irks the hell out of me. I want to have a good time when I'm posting these things, and that's what I do. So yeah, that's it. That's all I do. And then the rest I will fix it on Instagram with the reel feature, and that's basically it. I will post that later today, I hope. I'm not too busy. So yeah, I don't have much of a process. That's how fast it is if it's a good day. Sometimes if I'm doing things more elaborate, more like my Sanrio collection, my hoarder exposure collection. Those may take a bit longer because I have to arrange them a certain way. I have to make sure my camera is positioned and the background is not gross. Oh my God, because I have a kid and he runs around and runs amok, and so things happen, and I have to always clean my surface areas to make sure it's mostly clean, but there are some stains that don't come off. I don't know why, but that's what I got to work with. All right. So yeah, I make do with what I have provided for me. Okay, so I will try to paint. No, I will do one of the requests that I am so behind on. I'm so sorry. I'm such a jerk. I hate being a jerk. And there's one I'm not sure whether or not to continue as is. So someone asked me a while ago to draw Homelander, and I felt bad that I didn't get around to it. Gosh, I hope that's him. I don't know this character, so it was hard for me to get into it. Who's bother? Oh, okay. So where's my? I thought I saved the reference. I thought I did. Please do. I'll be upset. I'll be upset. It's the constant theme this week. Okay, and I gotta look on Instagram. So let me just start getting something done while I'm here. Shoot. No, da, 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 da. Okay. There we go. Found him. Okay. I'm not very good at drawing creative things, unfortunately. I used to be once upon a time, and now I don't have the time to be creative. So, yeah. There are other ways, but I'm tired. Tired. There's that ongoing meme where when they say, well, when you turn 30, all you do is talk about how tired you are. Yeah, that's true. But since I have hobbies, I tend to distract myself from thinking that far. So that is a plus side to this kind of hobby. It's a good distraction. I also have to make sure I'm drawing it correctly because from the lying flat perspective, it is a bit, it can mess up your perspective. So I have to keep checking it. I know that's why they have those artist desks where it's upright and at a slant. I need one of those. But I've lived most of my life without one, so I figured, okay, I should be fine. But I do admit that there are some instances like this where I actually need it. And it's affordable. I can buy one. It's just there's not enough space. So, wow. All that for that. Okay. I was going to try watercolor on this, but now I'm kind of apprehensive. I am unsure whether or not I should try. There's a lot going on, and I never did this kind of painting in watercolor. Acrylic paint, I don't mind, but the last request I tried, and I used acrylic paint on this paper. It's a very flimsy paper, mind you. It did not seem to handle the paint well. I think it's too thick, so it was already buckling and starting to curve and crease. Oh, no, I left it out. What the heck? Why did I draw his hairline like that? Should be somewhat symmetrical, not this weird oh, it is kind of like that. Okay, see, so it's not totally even. I can talk, I swear. I'm also debating whether or not I draw the Little Mermaid that I used to draw as a kid. I do know the original book. I supposedly have the original book, but I don't know what happened to it. but I kind of want to try redrawing it. Not total carbon copy, but maybe my own somewhat interpretation, either of Ariel or as my reinterpretation of a somewhat accurate mermaid. But I think that might be kind of ugly because I was like, well, mammals that have gone underwater, the closest I can think of are whales. And if she had that kind of skin, they're not going to have hair. They're going to be bald. Nothing wrong with bald, but if you're trying to be accurate about such things, and why is she underwater when she comes out for air, and like how deep, like all these technicalities. When I think about such things, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't bother drawing mermaids. And I was watching a while ago where they mentioned manatees and dugongs are mistaken back in the day as mermaids. I was like, oof, man, they were really having hard times overseas. And so I hope they didn't do anything weird to the manatees. Like, oh my God. Ugh. Anyway, did I make his ears too small? Or maybe his jawline's too long. I don't know. I still have, if I do acrylic paint, I can fix it. But with watercolor, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if I'm going to resume doing watercolor or change my mind and go for acrylic paint, or I have to water it down somehow. I can try that. That's another technique I can try just to see how it goes. I'm not sure how that'll turn. There's also gouache. I haven't done gouache in a while. I did use it for one of the live streams that I mentioned before, the group arts live stream tags. But then afterwards, I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I just chucked it away somewhere. But if I have reason to use it, I don't mind. Oh, no, I hear my editor. Let me see if I have to help him out with some stuff. Give me, oh gosh, I'm live and stuff. So give me a second. Bear in mind, he's noisy. Be right back. I'm live now. Yes, mother. It works. Okay. So 42 minutes. All right. Let's see how far I can go from here. Unfortunately, I cannot finish this in one sitting unless I do an actual live stream where I do the entire thing from start to finish. I've seen that before with some artists, and that it goes like 3 hours. I don't know. Do you want me to do that? I don't think that would be interesting. I don't mind 1 hour because I get more things done. Whereas if I do like a legitimate live stream where I do everything from start to finish, and if I'm not distracted, that's the other thing, because I get distracted often. Not by myself, just other people ask for help every so often. Then you will have to see all that. But I don't know, maybe I could arrange something if there is somewhat of a demand for that, but you don't have to demand that. Demand is optional. Okay, so this hair, how do I do this? Usually in this kind of painting, I can get away with acrylic paint, but if I'm going to do watercolor painting, let's think a little bit more. The gouache is a possible alternative because you can use it as both an acrylic and a watercolor. So I might consider gouache. So I will think about that. But when I used gouache last time, it was not too bad. Just I felt like the colors were a little dull. Or the paints I got were a little dull, and that's my own fault. But overall, it was not too bad. Okay, so the other option is I just keep it black and white. I don't mind that. I feel like inking is somewhat of a strong point that I have. Somewhat. It used to be good, but now it's somewhat. Since I make a lot of mistakes now. I'm not as good as I thought I was. It was bothering me. Okay. Oh, it was only 2. Okay, sorry. Shoot. Okay, so there's some kind of wisps here and some wisp here. And then mouth, M-O-U-F, is, oh gosh. Yeah, I have to wrap up soon. I have to make lunch. Why didn't you do it earlier? Because I'm doing this.